Alright, let's continue. Didn't enter the murder. You were there, but from behind the screen. We'll disperse for now. Mir had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Could he really have opened the forbidden chamber door in that state? Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling around after he opened it. It was a heroic effort that I nearly wanted to start to cheer him on despite myself. I think the man needed medical attention more than a cheerleader. You think he's telling the truth about being there in that room? I believe he was there. Question is, when did he enter? Did he enter after Jinxie fled? Or is he there before the murder? If it's the latter, that would change everything. Right, if he's there before the murder, that would make him a suspect. But how do we go about proving that? Well, I guess we're asking about what happened there. Anyway, let's press him and see what kind of info we can extract from him. Let's cross our fingers that he says or reveals something incriminating. Didn't enter after Jinxie left. Why didn't you enter right away? And who might have signed your shoes? Your shoes? Even now, just thinking about getting blood on my fabulous footwear sends chills down my spine, so that's why I hesitated.
Objection!
That's terrible. A man was dying and another was injured, and you're worried about your shoes?
Silence.
You know, I remind you, this is a court of law. We're not teaching morality here. We have schools of etiquette and such for trivial pursuits. Gah. Now you listen to me, you receptive Jane. Do you get to the point to be quick about it? Yes, well, I was there in the Fox Chamber, but I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen. Yes. Wait a second. Why do you hide yourself? Oh my, so you do understand. I do. By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, which, for the sake of the universe, is something that I should never ever do. So that's what you're thinking, right? Sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand. We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony. Now! Well, regarding the murder scene. What you saw up close was horrifying. What does that mean? Can you describe this crime scene in more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Well, what I'd like to ask you about is the murder weapon. Can you describe the weapons that have been used at the scene? The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Cuby. Then there was that statue the Alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. That incredibly inspiring symbol of falling to the floor. Alright, the statue. But why would you find it inspiring? Why exactly do you find the statue inspiring? Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the merger had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village. An inspiring symbol of goodwill. Broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider such statement to be very important? Is it important? I think it's very important. I believe that to be extremely important. I request it to be added to the testimony. A statue had fallen to the floor as a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger. I mean, it was, but it didn't look like that.
Objection!
Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. L Belle. What possibly do you mean? Here the statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed, but what of it? The two occurred joining hands in goodwill, as if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter? So, how did you really know about the statue's been as a symbol of goodwill again? What? Justice Dono, explain yourself, and make it quick. The statue is meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret. A secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is it broke when someone used the strike mirror Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like two Loki are battling it out. The statue's secret and true form were lost inside that locked room. The rest Tenma, the only living soul, should know what it once looked like. So Mr. L Belle, where could he have possibly seen that statue in its original form? What do you mean, where? The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Right in there in the room where the Alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you? Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness of some sort of crime? Yes, I am. Point L Belle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cuby. Ah! Order! Mr. L Belle, you've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense? How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? Way to go, Apollo. This is exclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico. We've got you now. We now know you killed the Alderman. Now admit it.
Silence.
Yes? Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock cannot possibly be the killer.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. I just proved that he was in the fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue in its original true form before the murder? After all, he was close friend with the Alderman. Ergo... Yes, that's right. I clearly remember it now. Alderman told me about it. About that statue actually looked... What that statue actually looked like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection!
Yeah, right. He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Oh, furthermore, it would have been proven that I was not present at the scene of the crime. It has. Forgotten, have we? Recall a little Skep's statement, if you would. When Dickie Tenma unlocked the fox chamber, she saw the Alderman and the mayor collapse there with it, and no one else. Oh, dang it. The fact is, it was you that made the appearance in yesterday's court session. Thus, L Belle could not possibly bring that locked room. No, I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen L Belle? The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. Its facts point to the defendant and the victim being the only people in that locked room. Oh, moreover, the defendant already confessed.
Objection! Silence.
You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role as this charade is over, Justice Dono. But... Your baldness? This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It's high time you brought down the hammer of justice. A point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict. This court finds the defendant Debbie Tenma. Who's holding it now? Oh. Ka. It seems that my time is at hand. Mayor Tenma. Counselor, there's a matter to which I must testify. I called not only for your good graces. Counselor? Alright, you must be me. Did you finally remember what happened before the blow to his head? But left up to stand there, steals him. It's no good, I can't restrain him. Kaka, know me in despair. For I am Tenma Taro, demon lord of the yokai. Mr. Justice, do something. Since when am I responsible for corpse security? Oh, this is our chance. Might get some new information out of him. Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands we hear him out, even if he is a yokai. When did you put it that way? Still, other testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. Unprecedented in absurdity, more like. Alright then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenma Taro. Your testimony, please. I shall speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, and hear them for once you shall. Ka ka ka. Ruler of demonkind. But the contest was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly two yokai did appear. On one side, I Tenma Taro, ruler of the demonkind. On the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox. I'm sorry? So this is definitely asserting that the room we used in was very dark at the time. It seems that maybe, yes, indeed, all is in darkness. And the part about Tenma Taro and the nine-tailed fox being there. Yes, that too. The Tenma Taro towered overhead and the nine-tailed fox glimmered gold. I call it abuse, Your Honor. Seems that the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted. Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half that happening lingers in his mind. Hello, maybe I can help here. Really? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I can hear it. The discord in his heart. It's an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event. Okay, let's hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again. Sadness, surprise, still sad, happy?
Got it!
There's a happy in there. When Nintendo's Fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well. Joy? Perhaps it was joy that light is coming to my eyes at long last. And a terrible scream just pierced the silence. And then there was light. In reflection, it was a door that did produce that internal racket. A creaking door. Oh, he was talking about the fin chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. So this means the fin chamber really was opened. But what about the sunlighty was described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenma Taro telling overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the fox chamber at the time of the crime. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here?
Take that!
The Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the fox chamber where the murder did occur? Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. The terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's door opening. And towering Tenma Taro you saw, most likely the Forbidden Chamber's statue. Why yes, that would explain it. The darkness sends stuff in the demon's grasp. Even if that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Maybe you're seeing things, just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai. Fantastical, Apollo. It's entirely possible. In a groggy dreamlike state, people can misremember things in offense. Misremember, you say? Let me think. I do believe... I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was... The Amazing Ninetales. What? The Amazing Ninetales? I trust this is but a dream, I thought, but now most clear Now, however, most clearly I do recall it. 'Twas the Amazing Ninetales that opened the Vin Chamber's door. Still at 60, but better. I'm sorry I asked. Amazing Ninetales, but that was the victim, Alderman QP, right? Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Was he trying to keep it, keep it sealed? Never mind that, there's completely new information. We didn't run an update. The statue... Door opened... The sad.
Got it!
When the Amazing Ninetales opened the chamber, avenging the darkness within, you felt joy, but then you also feel shock and sadness. Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recall something of that nature. It was the Fiend's Cape of Red. But when I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did explicitly wash over me. A red cape of blood. What? Apollo, we reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left. Mirror Tenma, why are you sad when you saw the red cape? Why indeed? What could this mean? I guess his memory is still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of the contradictions that slaps you right across his face. Something this obvious could arise. And someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definite shape. Oh, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Oh, so it's basically the same as the usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. The contradiction, here comes justice. Amazing Ninetales with a cape. But, he usually doesn't have a cape. He has tails.
Objection!
You said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that? Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but... Mirror Tenma. Didn't this cape look red to you? Oh, that certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my yet still hazy field of view. And once I thought to myself, the Amazing Ninetales is afraid in a cape of red. So you just took that red something for his cape, huh? Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. The red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentions is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was there a thing you saw this? The crime scene?
Take that!
Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the Alderman's blood? Blood? Well, I guess it was blood. Arrgh. Oh! Ah! It's not coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Night Toes, the Alderman's bloody body. Eek! This noise level's down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB? But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work? Hey, I asked you first. Well, Mr. Justice, you sort of want to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the forbidden chamber. Moreover...
Silence.
Why, don't you think this strange? Little Scab has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But he said not about seeing the Amazing Ninetales there. Ah, you said to bring that up, didn't you? He didn't see L Belle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then? But I've been scared to share any theories with the court. Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's?